right. Hello, Spartan Union 2.0. Kind of wanted to expand a little bit more on yesterday's discussion. Lots been on my mind as we move forward with our new group. And also talk a little bit about what I consider to be the lifeline of your mission to move your coaching forward, the lifeline of your business, and what's going to basically bring you to your goals for years to come, and that's recruiting. But before we get into recruiting, let's just talk a little bit about more of the expectations of this group, because so many of you have messaged me yesterday, and I'll tell you, I got a lot of messages or comments yesterday from several of you in the group who basically were, hi Maria, who basically were excited, basically telling me that this is what you needed, telling me that this is the opportunity, you've hit a spot in your life where this couldn't come at a better time. That was kind of the theme that I got yesterday. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I love hearing that. It really is a great, great thing for a leader to see, is that you have people who are excited to engage. Realistically, I've heard that for many years. And what I see from people sometimes is that fire, and they turn that fire into a huge flame. They turn that flame into their dreams. But unfortunately, what I see from a lot of people, I am driving safe, Mike. I got my seatbelt on. I'm looking forward. I'm doing good. But what I see from a lot of people, call this Drive Time University. What I do see from a lot of people who tell me they want that is I see a lot of words. I don't see a lot of action behind it. AKA, they let life get in the way. And some of you know who I'm talking about. Some of you have been coaches for many years, but you let life get in the way. You won't go the next step. For some reason, something is stopping you. And that's what you have to figure out for yourself. I can't figure that out for you. I can have discussions with you. I can inspire you, but I can't make you take action. I can't do that. And that's what this group's hopefully going to help you get past. It's going to help you get past the idea that you're stuck, that you need to take action, but you just for some reason won't do it. What is that issue? That's a problem for everybody. Some people say the words, but they don't do the actions, and that's tough. That's really tough for me as a leader, because I want you guys to do it. So I need you guys to think about what it means to you when you say I'm ready. What is your comments? I'm ready. This couldn't come at a better time. What does that mean? What changes are you going to make in order to make that comment and that promise to yourself a reality? Guys, I've been doing this I'm in my 9th year. It's really crazy to think that this year's going by so fast. I'm going to say that I've been in my 10th year here very soon. And the one thing that I consistently do is recruit. That is the lifeline of this business, is recruiting. And recruiting can mean so many different things to people. I'll tell you what it means to me, and obviously what it means to me has worked. So maybe you guys can translate that into your vision of recruiting. Recruiting means not just recruiting new coaches and customers. Recruiting means every day of my life looking for people that I can help, people that I can inspire, new friends, new acquaintances, new people that I connect with in some of my passion groups that you guys have heard me talk about that. My passion groups being things that I'm involved in and love outside of health and fitness. You guys know a lot about me from following me, that I'm a big Michigan State fan, huge Disney fan, among some other things. And I get into a lot of those groups, and recruiting happens there too. I'm meeting new people on a day-to-day basis. I'm meeting people and recruiting them into my life. So recruiting doesn't just mean you're recruiting for your business. It means that you're able to touch somebody else's life, and they're touching your life, and you're now involved. So recruiting can be done on so many different levels every single day. But are you doing that? If you're not recruiting, all your awesome comments about you're ready, this couldn't come at a better time, let's do this, I'm sick of going to Summit and not turning things around. If you're not recruiting, none of those comments mean anything. You have to recruit people into your life. One of the things that the game plan taught me, and I know that I'm dating myself by saying the game plan, but one of the things that the game plan taught me, the game plan was a Beachbody Roadshow that went around the country and taught us so many different things about how to build our business. But one of the things that really stuck with me and resonated with me was not only the comment, be here a year from now, but that you have to recruit 2 to 3 people in your life every single day. And that's a rule that I still try to live by. I try to meet or bring in, and when I say meet and bring in, I'm talking about contact info, connecting with them on social media, getting a phone number, connecting with somebody, being a friend request, a new follow on Instagram, or a new follow on Snapchat. That's what connecting means to me. Connecting with 2 to 3 new people every single day of my life, even on vacation, even on days I don't feel like it. With what we have at our fingertips these days, with social media, with the technology you hold in your hand and your pocket every single day, connecting with 2 to 3 people is simple. And if you're not doing it, you're lazy. You're just simply lazy. You don't want this bad enough if you're not doing that. That's how your business is going to grow. It's not from talking to the same subset of people over and over again and hoping that maybe one of them will make a breakthrough. And those of you who have been stuck at Emerald, those of you who have just went, as far as you can in your warm market, know what I'm talking about. You're bugging the same people all the time. You have to recruit new people into your life. And you can't sit there and say that's hard for me to do. That's bullshit. It's super easy to do. I'm going to visit my mom right now. And I guarantee you that I'll connect with 1 or 2 or 3 new people there, whether it be the parents of somebody not the parents, but maybe the kids of somebody that's in the home, or a nurse. That's very easy for me to do. You can connect with anybody anywhere and trade information. Just, are you willing to do that? So recruiting is the lifeline of what we do here. Everything else, I'm not going to say is secondary, because it's not. It's not secondary, but it's all complementary to your recruiting. The idea of having, challenge groups, the idea of having, prospecting calls or coach previews, or training your coaches, learning more about how to talk to people about Shakeology. You don't have no one to talk to about those things and to train and do stuff with if you're not recruiting. So you have to get in the habit of recruiting 2 to 3 new people every single day of your life. Every single day, period. Because a successful network marketer, and I don't like to call us that, you guys know that about me, but I understand that's a business we're in, and the statistics say a successful network marketer or business owner, I like business owner, a successful business owner is effective. It's considered success if you reach 10 to 20% of the people that you talk to and connect with. 10 to 20%. If you connected with 10 to 20% and you were a baseball player, you'd be in the minor leagues or not even playing anymore. That's like batting 200 for your lifetime, right? That's not the average you want in most of the things in life. But for what we do, oh my gosh, that's considered batting 1,000 if you're connecting with 10 to 20%. And now let me break it down for you even more. 10 to 20%, if you're only talking to 10 people a month, is going to result in maybe a person a month or 2 every other month, right? That's just... You're exactly right, Doug. Businesses do die when you stop recruiting. But if you're only talking to 10 people a month, you're 10% effective. That's like 1 person a month, maybe 2. You're not going to retire and live the life that you want by doing that. By no means are you going to do that. But if you're talking to 2 to 3 new people every single day, that's anywhere from 60 to 90 people a month that you have access to. Okay? 60 to 90. And if you're 10% effective, that's anywhere from what? 10% at 60 is somewhere around 6 people. Can you imagine having 6 brand new coaches or customers or a combination of into your business every single month? Where would you be in a year? Would you be able to quit that secondary job? Would you be able to quit your day job in time? Would you be able to bring somebody home like your wife or your husband? Yes, you would. So why do you not want to go do that? What causes you to not recruit? And before I hear the excuses, I don't have time. I see some of your guys' posts. I saw one yesterday, not naming names, but I'm going to call you guys out and be real. I saw somebody yesterday who just finished a whole series on Netflix. How many hours did that take you? I'm not telling you guys not to have me time. Build me time into your life. But basically watching a whole series from start to end in a whole day, that's many hours that you could have used to build your business or to recruit or better your life. Again, I'm not judging anybody. Okay, everyone, like I said yesterday, everyone's a CEO of your own business, and maybe you guys want things differently than me. But if you added yourself to this group knowing the parameters, I'm going to push your ass. I'm going to push you guys. I'm going to help you break free of the mold the chains that constrain you. Something else that stuck with me from the game plan a long time ago, I remember Jeremy Red standing up on stage and telling me that growth as a coach, growth as a customer, in your fitness, growth in anything you do comes when you step 2 and 3 steps outside of your comfort zone. So basically meaning you're always uncomfortable. Always uncomfortable. Somebody always asks me, how do you continue to build this business after 9 or 10 years? It's because I am comfortable being uncomfortable. If I'm comfortable, I know I'm not growing. It's kind of like if you're not working on your fitness, you're dying a little bit every single day. Well, it's the same thing with your business. If you're not working on bettering yourselves, recruiting people, doing the things that I still do every single day off of to-do lists, then my business is dying a little bit each day. I dedicate a great amount of my day to doing the same things I've been doing for years. Yes, I've had to adapt. That's a whole nother conversation that we're going to have over the coming weeks here, is learning to learn new tricks, learning to adapt when something's not working anymore, learning what the young kids are doing, the younger people are doing, and figuring it out. Snapchat's a great example of that. But you have to still do basic, fundamental things every single day, and one of them is recruiting. You got to recruit. You have to start recruiting. And recruiting, that word doesn't need to scare you. It doesn't need to make you feel like a salesman. A lot of you guys recruit, every single day of your lives and not even realizing you're doing it and saying, hey, my business is growing. It's because you're recruiting. You're meeting new people. So, that's kind of my dissertation on recruiting. It's an important topic to me because it's the number one topic that I see a lot of people who are stuck are not doing. They're just not doing. One day turns into 2 days, 2 days turn into a week turns into a month. Before you know it, you went a half a year or a year without doing anything for your business, and you're scratching your head saying, why is things dying? And you're complaining, and you're blaming Beachbody for the business is dying, and blah, 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 blah. And it's really you that have died. It's not, guys, we live in a country where there's still virtually tens of millions of people who are obese, overweight, and need what we have. You just haven't found them yet. You just haven't talked to enough of those people yet. The great thing about our model as business owners is that we're not selling, and I've said this a million times, but it's still pertinent. We're not selling, makeup. We're not selling oils. We're not selling purses. We're not selling watches or jewelry, stuff that sometimes taps out with your warm market. You really have to be dedicated and love that kind of stuff to make it work, and some people make it work. The great thing about our business is it's a tangible need that we are involved in as business owners, health and fitness. It's never going to go away, the need for that. There's always going to be a obesity epidemic, unfortunately, in this country. There's always going to be a need for a message that you have to give to somebody. And what we have is going to be ever expansive and always here for us as Beachbody coaches. Yeah, the model's changed a little bit into how we earn, with Beachbody On Demand and some of our supplements changing and stuff. But guys, we're getting ready to enter the UK. 65 million people compared to the 30-some million people in Canada ready to be founding coaches in the UK. Don't tell me it's a dried up well, there's no people out there. Finding people in the UK and getting out there and meeting those 2 to 3 new people each day in groups and finding people over there is super simple to do. I just had a discussion the other night, I think it was with Lindsay Weiss on one of our retreat planning calls. And we talked about, how many people we already kind of have on the cusp for UK. And I don't consider what I have to be a lot, but I have 8 to 10 people ready to be coaches already, / customers, ready to join Beachbody from the UK. And I want that to balloon to 20 to 25 before we open, October 19th over there. So, guys, recruiting. It's the lifeline of what we do. It's the lifeline of what we do, and recruiting can mean so many different things. And every single one of you has a life, and you're out and about, and you're doing things either on social media or with people every single day. So there's no excuses why you shouldn't talk about one of your passions and loves. Recruiting happens in just everyday conversations brought up by somebody else, and maybe it needs to be the conversation you bring up with somebody. And maybe that's your sticking point. Maybe that's the hard thing that you have, getting past, is how to bring this up without sounding like you're selling something. Guys, you got to get in your head that every single day, all around you, hell, I've been driving for the last 15 minutes talking to you, and I've been sold a million times by billboards, bumper stickers, yard signs that I'm seeing. Every single day you're sold something you're listening to. because we're consumers. We're all consumers. So you got to get out of your head that I don't want to be a salesman, because you're listening to salesmen every single day of your life. Why not try to be that salesperson selling good health to somebody? Just do it in a way that's you. Don't do it in a way that's not you. Find that personalization you need so you can, recruit in a way that's comfortable to you. So, guys, that's kind of my talk today. I'm never going to go live for more than 15, 20 minutes because I know that there's a cap on what people's attention span is. But I really hope that this message hits home. I really hope it helps you see that if you're looking for a place to get started, again, or if you're maybe on a roll and you want a place to expand, it has to start with some form of recruiting. You got to figure out what works for you too. We got, for those of you local to me, we got a great event coming up here. A couple great events. We got my team retreat coming up next month. I say next month because we're already in August now. Month after that, October, we have Chris Downing coming to Michigan. There's something right there that you can recruit for. Finding people who want to go with you to the Chris Downing event and get exposed to what Beachbody is all about, whether it's your customers or your coaches or whatever that is. You got things that you can platform off of. You got things that you can platform off of, whether it's maybe a local fit club you got going or want to start, a challenge group that you want to get going. You always have ways to recruit in looking at things that you can actually recruit for. But again, guys, recruiting just means finding 2 to 3 new people to bring into your life, because you never know who those people are going to be. I've often said that one of the coolest things about being a coach is not knowing who I'm going to meet on a daily basis. I mean, how cool is that? It's just not knowing who you're going to meet, because you live a life based on helping people through inspiration and through fitness. Those 2 to 3 new people could be somebody that consistently touches your life. So life is short. Life is short. It really is. I'm going to close with this, and it's got to do with the life is short theme. That's something else that I got messages from, is that they need this. They need a healthy change in their life. They're just stuck. They're unhappy. And why do you want to be unhappy in life when there's so many ways to build a life that you control, that you want to live, and not have to, answer to somebody else, earn an income, go home, do it all over again on a daily basis. I mean, life is too short. I went to the funeral of one of my coaches week before last, and it's still heavy on my heart. Brian Davis was somebody who was extremely important to me. One of our coaches, one of my coaches, just a very, very good guy. Never was my personally sponsored, but somebody who I considered to be that when he was a coach. But just somebody who really touched my life in a lot of ways. He was my son's football coach. We got to be very close. We lived in the same community, and he never once, looked at his cancer as a life sentence. He never asked why me. He asked why not me. Why am I so different? And if I'm going to have this and bear this cross, I'm going to fight it with all I got, and I'm going to live life to its fullest. And as a Beachbody coach, he did that. He did that till his last dying breath. He was smiling. And some people in this group, some of you right now, can honestly probably look yourself in the mirror and say, I don't smile every day because I'm not happy. You got to do something about that. You got to do something about that. You don't want to be one day either, how do I want to say this? You don't want to be looking on your life back one day when it's at the end and say that I didn't do anything. I never lived. And that's one of the things that this business has been able to give me. It's been able to give me my life back, the time back to enjoy and build the life that I want to live. From traveling with my family, to being able to go at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon and visit my mom without having to ask my boss to get out early. I mean, those are the good things in life, and that's what this business gives you if you start listening to your own promises to yourself, getting out of your own way, start recruiting into your life, and start truly keeping the promise that you made to yourself when you became a Beachbody coach. And again, if you're in this group, I know you want something more. So with that being said, guys, I am going to let you go, and I will be back with another message soon. And I'm hoping that some of you guys have some great I want you guys to start thinking about it as we ease into this new group, because I consider a lot of you guys who are on right now and such to have great things to offer to this group. So don't ever feel free, or don't ever feel afraid. Feel free to hit that live button and go live and talk about something that's on your heart that's going to benefit the group. You know, this group is only going to work to inspire if more voices than my own and Jason's and your leaders are the ones you hear. You guys have to step up as you learn and as you become leaders yourself, and share that good news and messages, so we all can learn from so many different sources. You know, the idea of creating a new group wasn't so I could get the same 1,000 people over here. The idea of creating this new group was to find those workers, and I didn't care if it was 25 or 50 people. It's going to end up being a couple hundred by the time I'm done approving requests, and that's fine. I'd rather work with 200 people who are focused and ready to contribute than to force feed my last group and knowing that it's just a community page now. So it's time, guys. It truly is time, and it's you know, it's up to you guys as CEOs and business owners to take the information and to keep the promise to yourself. So with that being said, love you guys, and we will talk to you soon.